Hello, good evening. We are doing trivia again. It is Sunday, as it is each Sunday. We do this at 7 o'clock every day. We do some live trivia. As you are all filtering in, I'll make sure that we share this with everybody. Hi, my name's Keith. That's Caitlin over there. And I have a podcast called Another Wasted Hour. You can go check that out. It's available at all of your podcast outlets. There's about 140 different episodes of it. And yeah, so you can go do that. It's a lot of fun. And let's see. Oh, for those people who are just joining us, it's very simple. We're going to ask you a question. You're going to answer that question in the chat next to whatever thing that you're looking at right now, wherever that happens to be. And then we're going to give you a point, imaginary internet point, for the correct answer. If you get more internet points than anybody else, you get bragging rights for the evening. And if you write an acceptance speech, we will read that live on the show. And at the end of the week, which this is the last show, the last episode that you can try and get points. If you get the most points, as we have said before, you will win an Another Wasted Hour t-shirt sent to your house, probably disinfected first. That's, we're trying to do all the protocols and everything. Danny is already here, beating everybody else here. We should give a point to whoever gets here first. We should change things up and make it zany like tomorrow, or like as of next week, which is tomorrow. Monday is when we start everything over again. So we'll have new rules and new things. Try and see if we can make it a little crazier and a little more zany each time, just to change it up a bit. That's the way I'm thinking. So let me make sure I'm going and sharing this with everybody who might be interested in listening to the show. And looks like Craig and Heather also here. Hi, Heather. And I gotta go and share things. Likewise, if you're enjoying yourself and you think that you know people who would also enjoy some trivia, feel free to share the show. You can either do that by hitting the little share button above, and you can put it on your profile or a group or anything like that. This is, of course, on Facebook, and then you can also share it to your story, or you can go up a little higher than that. There's a little person there, like a little silhouette. You can +1 that and invite anyone you think would enjoy the show as well. So those are different ways that you can make it happen. And I'm doing that now. I'm doing that now so that people feel invited and that they can come and participate in what is going down. Also, if you do enjoy this, you may also want to go up to the top there and select, there's a follow, right? Up there you can hit follow. There's like a pull down. You can do follow. You can also do a little bell thing next to that and do all, and it'll let you know when we go live, so that you'll never miss anything. So those are things you can do. Those are all really awesome. They help us grow, help you know when we're doing things, and likewise. So consider that. If you've seen somebody in the trivia that you're not seeing here today, feel free to invite them as well if you're friends with them, and we'll get the whole crew together and get this thing started very shortly. How's everybody doing on Sunday? How are you doing on Sunday?
I'm fine.
Yeah? Well, that's good.
I had a Zoom call with my extended family today, and my cousin ran it like a business meeting, which I really appreciated.
Yeah.
We were all allowed 3 minutes to update everyone, and there was an agenda. My dad sent me as his proxy, which is also a business thing.
That is. We have some other people who have also joined. Robert says we're on their TV. That's pretty cool. And
Happy birthday, Jenny.
Steam is here. Tom is here. Oh, you've ruined the surprise. I was gonna surprise her. No?
I think she knows that it's her birthday.
Does she? Has anybody told her? I feel like we were gonna do a surprise thing, and then she'd be like, "Oh my God, it is my birthday." Trey also here. Trey says he didn't get the stream notification that I normally do. Just Keith's share. Yeah, I don't know if you have to. Up at the top there of the event, there's a little bell thing. Just make sure all is selected on that. And that'll get you notified whenever we go live. If not, sometimes if you do highlights, it's just selected for like some of them, I guess, that they decide. So yeah, any of those. Smiles has joined us. Excellent. We're at 9 people, which is not quite enough. We're getting close, but we need everybody joining in. If we get above 10, we'll start with the trivia. In the meantime, everyone, don't forget. Is Jenny here? That's the important thing. We need to make sure. I haven't seen anything from Jenny yet. Is Jenny here? If Jenny says hello, there she is. Everybody say happy birthday to Jenny, because it is Jenny's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Jenny.
She got some early birthdays yesterday, but you have to do it today for it to really count. So happy birthday, Jenny. Did you want to sing her birthday song?
Yeah, but I have to stretch.
Okay, yeah, definitely do that. Don't break anything. Yeah. No, this is good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you good? You feel? Yeah. Oh, got to make sure. Yeah, back. Get your back into it. Neck, very important.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay. Do you want to count it off?
We'll go on 1.
Right. On 1 or just after?
Just
1?
after 1.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
This is your birthday song. It isn't very long.
I like the percussion at the end. Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, I thought it added a little flair.
Usually Gordon would do the drums, right? Normally.
I think Jeremy also did a bump.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that was all a thing. But yes, happy birthday to Jenny. So glad that you joined us. This is what you're doing for your birthday, just so you know. This is 7 o'clock on your birthday and trivia time.
That's a valid choice.
Danny says Sunday is Sunday. I'm officially poor again after buying textbooks. Yeah, that'll do it to you. Thermometer-thon starts tomorrow morning. Thermometer-thon. Are you concerned that you've been exposed to something, Tom? Is that why we're doing the thermometer-thon? Or are we doing the thing where, like, if we're trying to get money for a charity and we have the thermometer and it has to go up? What are we going to get money for? What are we doing?
It's for our affiliate program at Amazon.
Oh, yes, the toilet paper affiliate program. Don't forget, for all your toilet paper needs, please ask us for our affiliate link where you can buy your toilet paper through Another Wasted Hour and make us hundreds of thousands of pennies. That would be how much?
Dollar pennies.
Yes. Vivian has also joined us, it looks like. Thank you for joining us. Any of the other people just joining. We're doing trivia. We do this every night at 7 o'clock, as long as they tell us we're not allowed to go outside. And yeah.
Oh, I recently learned that the government can't tell you you're not allowed to go outside.
That is true.
So you can just do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, they can.
And have mass protests close to other people.
Yeah, that's probably true. I feel like that's how could that possibly be wrong? The federal government, I don't know if they can, because the federal government's not doing this. They're giving regulations as to, like, suggestions. But
I have constitutional rights, yo.
Yeah, that's true. You do have constitutional rights. Steam says we're still at 9, by the way. We need to invite some more people. We're not doing trivia if there's less than 10 people. It has to be illegal trivia, where if we were together right now, we could technically all get together in a group and do this.
I have a story while we're waiting for people.
Sure. Steam says, by the way, Sunday rocks. It's been Sunday for over a month.
Yeah.
Tom says sore throat up in the house. Yeah.
Is that Tom Johnson?
Yes.
Tom Johnson.
That's very. We'll send thoughts and prayers.
Probably we won't.
Just some thoughts. We'll just send energy. What is your story?
So my Uncle Frank is just one of my favorite people alive. He is a heart surgeon. And he lives in California, but he loves Hawaii. So somehow or another, this community hospital found out about Uncle Frank and said, hey, is there a chance you would come and be a doctor at our clinic every once in a while? Because it's a community hospital. It's pretty small. They have one cardiac guy, and that guy is allowed to have, like, vacations and stuff, but there's no one else there to cover him.
Right.
Hawaii's not that big, as it turns out.
No.
So they tapped my Uncle Frank, and so he'll go there for, like, 2 weeks at a time every like couple months and relieve this guy so this guy can have like friggin' time off. And so he's there now, and he's in a hotel. He doesn't own a property in Hawaii. He's in Maui.
That's not so bad.
It's not great right now because there was an exposure to COVID-19 on the cardiac ward. And so they've had to move all the cardiac patients into their COVID ICU. And so he gets to be in a spacesuit every time he goes in.
Right.
But the fun part of my Uncle Frank's life right now is there is a sign on his hotel room door that was put there by the travel board, like the, what do you call it? The tourism board?
Yeah.
And Homeland Security, that says he's not allowed to leave his hotel room unless he's going to the hospital and he has to come straight back. They put a sign on his door that's like, this guy could have the thing.
Yeah.
Stay the hell away from him.
Don't touch him in any way.
And if you see him anywhere other than the hospital or here, he's in trouble.
Wouldn't they have to have it on him, though? I feel like.
I don't know. It's on his hotel room door, though. Like, it's a fucking huge sign, apparently.
But if you find him somewhere else, I'm just saying that how would you know that there's a sign on his...
Here's the thing. He's a fucking doctor. He knows he's not supposed to be out places. Like, he understands what virus exposure is.
Right. You would think so. At least if
Maybe they have
not-
his picture on the sign.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
That
good.
would be funny.
All right.
If you've seen this man at the bar.
All right. So I don't know. I've invited a bunch of people. Looks like we're still at 9. So I guess we're just gonna stare at you. We're just until somebody else comes in.
Why won't you like us?
I don't know why 10 people won't come do trivia.
Why do you
Are
hate
there
us?
10 people in trivia right now? I don't understand what we're doing wrong. Heather says, tried to dust the yard with Damascus earth. Diamascus?
It's diatomaceous earth.
Diatomaceous earth. To keep ticks down, but it blew back all over me, so now I'm fully tick proof.
Oh, you had a tick on you, right, Heather? Didn't I see that?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Unless it's a different Heather who had a tick on her, which would be really weird.
Steam says not to have Tom breathe on him, which I think is fair. I think,
Through the internet?
yeah,
Steve, I'm concerned that you don't know how the internet works.
yeah, don't breathe on him through the internet. That's super important. Don't. What if you're spreading
Steve
it?
didn't say I'm not allowed to do it.
Well, that's true. I guess that's not unfair.
Steve, tomorrow when we have our coffee call in the morning, I'm just gonna lick my webcam.
That's going. It's like second base now.
Yeah.
Through when you're doing quarantining, that's basically that shouldn't happen until a third date. I feel like
No, this is first base.
that's that's first base. Okay, and then what's second base?
Licking your webcam.
Oh, I thought that was third base. It's
Oh,
the
I'm
third-
sorry.
That's the third date, but second.
Okay,
base
so
is what
first
you're
base is this.
saying. Yeah. Just long. What if it's just staring, just through the webcam, and making noises?
Maybe second base is flashing on the webcam.
Flashing on the webcam.
Or maybe that's all the way.
Yeah, that feels like home base at that
Okay.
point.
Flashing
That's
on the
as good
webcam
as-
is home base. So we got to determine second
Yeah.
base, which I think is just like
All right, I'm in.
it's groping.
It is. I feel like Facebook's broken because we still have 9 people. What did we do? How did we hurt people? I feel like we've just been nice this whole
Well,
time.
here's maybe part of the problem.
Yeah.
Earlier today, on more than one occasion, I thought today was Saturday.
But it would still be 7 o'clock on Saturday then.
Maybe people thought they had other plans.
We were like 3 minutes late, and so people were like, this isn't happening tonight.
I was 5 minutes early.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Well, then you had to leave, and then you had to come back. Yeah, so we're going to have to call it even.
My drink was here.
All right. I guess. Oh, I see 11. You know what? I don't know if it's going to stay at 11, but
Don't
it's
care.
at 11
Don't care.
now.
Don't care. Thanks for
First,
liking us.
Do
Go.
the first one. Get it out.
Category Harry Potter. Muggle-born Hermione Granger is considered by some to be the greatest witch of her age.
It's gone down to 10.
What do her parents do for a living?
It's 9. It's 9 again. Ah, damn it. How did it get back down to 9? What did we do? I feel like, should I not wear a hat? What's happening? Oh, you're already going to second base with people. One more time,
I'm
read the
trying to get
question.
more people to join.
Yeah, it's a good way.
Muggle-born Hermione Granger is considered by some to be the greatest witch of her age.
Yes.
What do her parents do for a living?
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. What is the profession of Hermione's parents? That's
the other way to say
the
that.
short version of that. All right, so you all know you're just going to write answers into the chat, and then we're going to determine if they are correct. Sunday is not a strong day. 9. Do we have to stop?
Sunday.
Do we have to stop now? I feel like last Sunday was really good, but this Sunday, now everybody has other things to do. Should we move times? What do we...
No. We're just going to assume that all of the people who are not joining us are out protesting. And we don't need them anyway.
That's probably what's happening. If you're not here doing trivia, you're probably one of those dirty protesters. And you should only go to work and back.
Maybe they're enjoying the nice weather. Nice-ish weather.
Yeah, I presume. I found a website that had like real-time statistics, kind of like one day behind, of like people getting like if they were getting infected. And it was really interesting. Essentially, they had a line that said 1, and the idea was like the line was a 1, and was it that that people were infecting fewer or more than one person per that person, right? Which was interesting. I don't know how they necessarily determined it, but if it's under 1, then you know that the infection is dying out, right? The pandemic is dying out, because essentially for every one person that's infected, fewer people will get infected, and so it'll go down to 0 at some point. If it's more than 1, then it's going to grow, because one person gets infected, they infect 1.2 people. Eventually that ends up being an extra person. So that's interesting. And what we saw was there's last week everything was doing really well. We had a big downturn, and then this week some things have shot back up, which is interesting. I don't know if it's because people are getting complacent, or there was Easter a few weeks ago, so now maybe people are getting the symptoms from that, and they went to church. Or, but yeah, well, if I can find the link again, I'll post it up on Another Wasted Hour, and you can check it out, and it does it each day. What?
That sounds too informative for something called Another Wasted Hour.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe we won't do that. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Let's go down the answers. Tom Johnson says accounting. Danny says dentists. Interesting. Melissa goes with dentists. Heather goes with dentists. Oh, this seems very strong at this point. Steven says her parents own Burning Man.
Style point.
Yeah. Trey says dentists, and Craig says dentists. So they also agree. Robert goes with funeral director. I guess both of them. Funeral directors. Is there a way to reconnect this thing so I'm not laggy? I can see answers starting to pop up before I hear the question, which sucks. I don't. Heather, I would definitely connect through Another Wasted Hour rather than maybe one of the shares if you go to the page directly. And then I would also make sure that your timeline at the bottom, there's like a play line. Make sure that's all the way to the right. That's another important feature. Obviously, that's not the case for folks on Twitch. You do things differently. Twitch might be quicker. If you want to go to Twitch, maybe you'll see it faster, and then you can beat people to the answer. That's another option. We got YouTube rolling as well, so any of those. So let's see. Steam says he should have cheated and said dentist. Melissa says, AKA, they tend to people's teeth. Steve says he's never seen or read Harry Potter. That's interesting. That is a very
you've got time, Steve.
Small segment of people. The people who have never seen or read Harry Potter. People who have never read Harry Potter, probably much bigger. But the fact that you've never seen it, and there's probably some people who have read it but not seen it, but people who haven't done either, it's probably a small amount, right? People who don't know who Harry Potter is, very small.
Old farts, no children. That's who it is.
Yeah. All right. So what was the correct answer?
Dentist.
It was dentist. All right. Looks like we got about 5 points that went out with dentist.
That's what I got.
Trey says, I get the same thing sometimes. Even Facebook tells me I'm getting it, even though Facebook says I'm getting it live. Yeah, Facebook's a bastard that way sometimes. I don't know why. You can see kind of what we're seeing, I think, up there across things. So we're going to think next, when we start on Monday, I think we're going to have a fastest to the bell kind of thing, maybe, because now you can see who's answering and when. So whoever gets it on there first, that'll make the lag even more crazy. Because if you have lag, yeah, you'll have to reboot your machine or I don't know, whatever you have to do to make that work. Jenny says, I have the birthday song you sing in my head now.
You're welcome.
You've been song slapped.
It's your present.
It's a little present we gave you. Danny says, it'll be interesting to see if the coronavirus count goes up after the protests. That's true in those states.
It went up after Easter.
So we'll see. Tom says, I've seen one movie, never read it. Steam says, I know who Emma Watson is. She's hot. Well, that's good.
She went to Brown.
Yeah? Excellent. Well, I heard once you go to Brown, you never go back.
When I toured Brown, when I was on college tours, they were bragging about how Emma Watson went there. And I was like, that's not the reason I would go to Brown.
You're right.
Like, she's cute, but that's not.
Went to school here. Well, she's very smart.
She was going there at the time, I think.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
All right. That's pretty cool.
That's how old I am.
Yeah. All right. What is our next question? We do have 10 people, so we can continue.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
The oxide of what metal protects a baby's bottom from rashes?
The oxide of what metal protects babies' bottoms from Karnak?
From rashes.
From rashes. I apologize. I misread that. So we need your answer in the chat. 60 seconds on the clock. See if you can get that answer. I don't think you need a baby to be able to get this one because it works for all rashes. Mm-hmm. Right? You could do it on any butt.
Anyone's butt.
Yeah.
Would be fine.
Technically any just body part. I don't think it necessarily even has to be a buttocks, but it does have to be this particular metal. And you want the name of the metal, right?
The metal.
Okay. Name of the metal. Well, we're seeing a bit of a trend. We're seeing a trend popping up here. We will see. Robert says, is it Clorox wipes?
It's not.
It's not. Okay.
Spoiler.
That's kind of like a metal because right now Clorox wipes are gold. Right?
Yes.
They're very expensive.
We're going to run out.
Very difficult to find. All right. Trey says it went up after the Wisconsin election. That's very interesting. All right. Let's see. 3 seconds. 2, 1, 0. Let's take a look at the answers. Heather went with zinc. Jenny with zinc. Tom, zinc.
Is that Tom Johnson?
Yes, Tom Johnson. Melissa says zinc. Trey says zinc. Steam says zinc. Danny says zinc. And Craig says zinc, evidently. Just going with the crowd there. I'm kind of disappointed that Craig didn't go with Voldemort for the Harry Potter.
Oh.
There was an actual Harry Potter question.
Well, he actually knew the answer.
That was the problem, yeah.
Because he's a nerd.
We're up to 12. We're up to 12. Another question. Get another question in there.
This Broadway musical and the 1955 movie based on it revolve around gamblers and illegal games of craps. Can you name it?
I could name this one, I think. I feel like I could name this one. All right, one more time.
I don't want to. This Broadway musical and the 1955 music based on it. This Broadway musical and the 1955 movie based on it revolve around gamblers and illegal games of craps. Can you name it?
There you go. 60 seconds on the clock. Can you name that movie and or musical? Same title for both. Danny says Jesus didn't want any of us to get coronavirus, so whoever went to church on Easter, well, Jesus weeps. I don't know why Jesus didn't just protect them. I feel like that some holy water, it would have been great. I don't know.
I don't think that's how that works.
It's a safe place.
I was taught in CCD
Yeah.
that humans have free will.
And what do they spend it on?
Making poor decisions.
Always, right? They never make good decisions. No. Free wills. If you do anything good, they're like, thank God that God led you down that path. And if you do something bad, they're like, that's on you. That one was yours. You did that one. Do not put that on him. It was either you or the devil. God had nothing to do with it. All right.
My Auntie Mary is a nun, and she says God gives you the tools to make the best decisions and have the best life you can.
That could be. Time is up. Let's take a look at the answers and see who got it right. Again, we're seeing a lot of grouping. Heather says guys and dolls, which is what I would have guessed. I would have gone with guys and dolls. Heather. Oh. Craig says guys and dolls. Tom Johnson says guys and dolls. Melissa says guys and dolls.
Apparently I'm picking easy questions tonight.
Danny says it's always fair weather. Robert says Chips and Dales. It's Chips and Dales.
You know what? Style point.
They've got chips because you're playing.
I get it.
Yeah, it's craps. You got chips, and then they're all named Dale. It's after the chipmunks. Trey says guys and dolls. Steam says guys and dolls, evidently. The last person in, that's what they're going to say. Danny says Jesus doesn't protect the idiots. The humans have free will to be idiots.
See, that's what I learned, Danny. We're on the same page.
That's true. Pet me, Papa. I got it, says Melissa. I feel like that's third base. So maybe
no, it's second base.
Oh, okay. All right, what was the correct answer?
It's guys and dolls.
It is guys and dolls. Lots of people getting points on that.
Try to find harder questions.
We're giving people an opportunity to gather up points at the end of the competition. If you've had problems throughout the week, you can now catch up with the leaders. We're going to find out who won tomorrow. We'll announce it live at the beginning of the show and find out who we're going to be sending a T-shirt to. Unless they already have a T-shirt, I don't feel like we should send secondary T-shirts.
No, then we go to the next place person.
Maybe the number 2 person?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's our rule that we'll go. Well, hopefully we'll be able to do that anyway, that somebody else has won, and then we won't have to worry about it. But if, then we can change the rules officially, but I don't know.
If this whole quarantine thing goes on long enough, you could really suck at trivia and still get a T-shirt.
Melissa says it's a song from the show, Pet Me Papa. Is it? I don't feel like that's from that show. I've done that show several times. I don't remember Pet Me Papa. So, yeah, I feel like there's like a bushel and a peck, definitely. We got that one, right?
Don't worry, Craig's going to GTS.
Luck Be a Lady, those types of things. But Pet Me Papa, I don't remember that one. I'll trust you, Melissa, if you know all of the things from that show. But I was, yeah. But what if I want another Wasted Hour wardrobe? We have to come get the first one, Trey. You can't just get a stack of them all at the same time. Amy's also joined us, everyone. We're up to 13. We're doing good. We're now like more at our average. I was a little concerned there for a while. So what is our fourth question?
I want to pick something harder than I had picked out.
Melissa says it's the wrong show. Wait, Craig is saying it's indeed from the show. Melissa says it's the wrong show, and Craig says it's indeed a song from the show.
Well, Craig Googled it, so.
Pet Me Papa is from Guys and Dolls. Is that what you're saying? Steven wants another Wasted Hour boxers. No problem. We do have those. They're a little long, right? And they've got a hole in the middle. And it does seem like it's just an upside-down T-shirt, but you can wear it as boxers, just breezy boxers. All right, you got your fourth question? Still thinking about it?
Okay, here's a hard one.
Okay. Oh, my goodness. Going straight to the hard ones.
Get Back is the only Beatles song with a co-credit to the Beatles and this man, the band's sometimes keyboard player.
Oh, the sometimes keyboard player of the Beatles. All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Who's that? All you old ones. You old people who know the keyboardist to the Beatles. Who is that? Do you need a full name, by the way?
Yes.
Full name. Okay, we need a full name. I feel like you could have done it. So Melissa says she was thinking of something else.
Crap.
Than Bushel. And
What
Peck.
number song is it? What number question is this?
I think this is the fourth question.
Think so?
People could probably tell me if I'm wrong on that, but I believe this is the fourth one, right? Because we went with Harry Potter. We had Guys and Dolls, right? And Zinc. And then
Zinc.
this one,
Yeah.
right? There we go. I'm surprised. A lot of people don't know this. Craig has the answer. It is Thomas Morvello Riddle. It's not. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry about that. I was misspoken on that one. Time is up. Let's take a look at the answers. Let's see. Heather says, I've never heard of that song, and I've seen way too many community productions. Yeah, I really feel like Craig says it's indeed a song from the show, but I feel like Craig is incorrect. I've done that.
But
show
he
a
was
couple
supposed
times.
to Google it.
He was supposed to Google it. Craig says, don't change the categories. I know these ones, but I don't. I think we then changed the category on them.
No, we didn't change the category. We just changed the question within the category.
Okay. Tom says, Jethro Tull's Animated Sweat.
Style point, Tom.
Yeah. Steam goes with George Martin, who I assume made Martin guitars. I don't know if
But
maybe
we're looking for a keyboardist.
Steve's brother could be his dad. No, I think George Martin was the other Beatle, right? Like the one that didn't, like he was the previous drummer or something, right? Oh, Trey says Billy Preston. Danny says Billy Preston, which makes me think that it's probably Billy Preston because we know the two of them collude for a fact. They're colluding with the Russians. Tom and Lacey have both joined us. Hi, welcome. We're doing some trivia. If you want to participate, we're going to tell you questions. You're going to put the answers in the chat, and you can win bragging rights and possibly a t-shirt. Although, probably not this week if you're just joining us now. Shannon has also joined us. Christina has joined us. Hi, Christina. Hello. Robert goes with Steven Tyler. Steven Tyler is a keyboardist. Trey wants to know what about Clapton's lead work on While My Guitar Gently Weeps?
That was one of the other questions in this category, and I thought it was too easy, so I didn't ask it.
Yes. Craig says he did Google Pet Me Papa is credited as being in the show. I guess it's just not always included in productions. Interesting. All right, so we've learned something about Guys and Dolls. What was the correct answer?
Billy Preston.
Billy Preston. The Trey and Danny both getting out ahead with a point, as is expected. All right, let's see. Oh, Pet Me Papa was written only for the movie. That makes so much more sense. Because I don't think I ever saw the movie. I may have. But I've seen it less. But I've actually been in the production a couple of times. So that's why I didn't recognize it. Oh, we can listen to it. Oh, good. We're not going to do that right now. I guess I could. Can I play it in the background? There we go. Everybody can hear it in the background, I think. I hope that works. So here's Pet Me Papa from Guys and Dolls. What is our fifth question?
What NBA team did Larry Bird go on to coach after leaving the Boston Celtics in 1997?
All right, one more time.
What NBA team did Larry Bird go on to coach after leaving the Boston Celtics in 1997?
All right, Larry Bird, the great basketball player, for those people who do not know who Larry Bird is. When he retired from playing, he became a coach. What team did he coach? 60 seconds on the clock. Get your answers into the chat so that we can get you a point on the scoreboard while we listen to Guys and Dolls. This is the Broadway cast recording, which is interesting. It says from the film, but then the logo says the new Broadway cast recording, which seems weird. That seems like maybe that's the wrong one. All right, you got about 30 seconds on the clock. Get your answers in. Yes, Robert goes with the very talented Tigers, the basketball team, the Tigers. Or he went, I guess he's saying that perhaps he coached the baseball team, the Tigers, which feels like a stretch. I feel like he would have stayed in basketball. Craig goes with the Pittsburgh Miners. The Pittsburgh Miners, which I assume is a minor league team. Get it? Because they are... All right. Let's check the answers. 60 seconds is up. Steam goes with the Indiana Pacers. Strong answer. Melissa went with the Lakers. That is also a basketball team. Danny says the Indiana Pacers. Trey says the Pacers. And Tom Johnson says the Pacers. Heather wants to know what parts did I play in Guys and Dolls. I was bit parts. I think I was Harry the Horse at one point, and I think I was probably nobody the other time. I was surprisingly passionate about acting and performing, but surprisingly bad at getting parts. Which is why I moved on to doing music, because I would get cast. I could cast myself in my own songs, and then why I just did computers and made money doing that, because it wasn't working out so much as getting parts. What was the correct answer?
The Indiana Pacers.
It is the Indiana Pacers. So it looks like we got 4 points coming out of that one. Again, Trey and Danny seem to be pacing everybody else.
I'm not going to give you a reward for that.
I was just letting the music play. Melissa wants to know if I was the front or back end of the horse. It wasn't an actual horse. It's one of the characters in there, Harry the Horse. He's only got a few lines. We don't need to rub it in. I just feel like that's rude. What is our fifth question?
You mean our sixth question?
Is that the fifth one?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That was the fifth question because...
The Beatles one was the fourth question.
That's right. Okay, so we've done 5. What is our rankings right now? What are our standings for the game?
In first place, we have Trey with 5 points.
Oh.
In second place, we have Danny with 4 points.
Okay.
In third place, we have a bunch of people with 3 points. Mm-hmm. Jenny has a point.
It's a birthday point!
That's it.
There you go. So if for some reason your score varies from what our score was, let us know as we move on to our 6th question of the night. It's a tiring night.
Mm-hmm. In 1905, New York grocer Gennaro Lombardi was the first to sell this now ubiquitous dish in the United States.
Oh, the Lombardi. All right, one more time. Repeat it for those people who have missed the question because they have terrible computers.
In 1905, New York grocer Gennaro Lombardi was the first to sell this now ubiquitous dish in the United States.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Get your answers in. I'm also curious, are people actually hearing the music? We're hearing it, but I have no idea if it actually goes and gets streamed. If it does, I assume we could probably get in trouble for copyright infringement of some sort. Except that we really talked over the entire thing. So I don't know that they'd be able to figure it out that we had, that we used a song. I could be wrong, though. All right. Trey says rim shot. Was that for the miners joke? I feel like that was a really strong one. Let's see. We've got about 20 seconds left on the clock. Lots of good things coming in. We've got some different answers, which I'm really excited about. And
I'm going to be shocked if anyone gets this right.
Trey said barely hearing the music. That's good, though. We wanted it to be low.
It was low.
Yeah, that was obviously the purpose of it. Maybe we should play some local music or something behind us next week.
Okay.
That could be kind of nice, right? We would keep the energy up and stuff, and then we could tell people who those artists were, and that would be kind of neat, and how they could support them if they wanted to. Time is up. Let's take a look at the answers. Tom Johnson says mac and cheese, which is a good one. That is a tasty one. Danny goes with pizza. Trey also says pizza, which means it's probably pizza. Jenny says no music. Melissa says chicken parm, another really good dish that comes in. Steam goes with spaghetti. He has spelt it as a way. I don't believe that's how you spell spaghetti, but it could be wrong. Jenny went with pizza. Danny says that she's hearing the music. Trey says barely hearing it. My mom is here. Hey!
Hi, Fran.
Hey, everybody. Say hi to my mom. Craig says the Reuben sandwich. Layla's here as well. She says can hear a little bit of it. Excellent. I'm glad you're here doing some trivia. If you want to participate, just answer in the chat. And those are all. Tom Johnson says, please, with the local music. Okay, well, we've got a ton of local musicians we're friends with, so we'll see if we can get them in to we'll see if we can get them to let us use their music and have it in there. All right, what was the correct answer?
Pizza.
It was pizza. All right, so we've got I think 3 or 4 of
Two
you got
people.
that. Jenny got pizza.
Oh, sorry, 3 people.
Jenny got pizza. Trey and Danny all got pizza.
I don't know how, in the world of possible foods, the 3 of you guessed pizza.
Yeah, well, they knew that's what it was. Trey says, if I remember correctly, mac and cheese is the U.S. is credited to Thomas Jefferson and one of his slaves.
That's true.
Mac and cheese in the U.S. is credited to Thomas Jefferson and one of his slaves. Because Thomas Jefferson was probably putting together, mac and cheese. There's no way. He was not. He was just like, make me something with cheese and macaroni. And then the slaves were making it. So we should just give that credited to, I think, his help at that point. That I don't think he did much there.
I need a minute. So
all right, we need a
space.
minute. We're woefully ill prepared, and that's okay. A couple of G's, a couple of O's, a couple of an L and an E. That is for a couple of G's, a couple of O's, an L and an E.
Google.
Google.
Who said that?
Tom. Tom is accusing people of Googling for answers, everyone. Just so you know, there's somebody hot on your trail. He is checking to see. He's got spyware on your machines. Trey says Italian in New York around the turn of the century, pizza. So that's his take, is that was what Italian was around the turn of the century, like the new thing. So that's a good guess. I can accept that. Jenny says no Googling. Down, thumbs down. No Googling. Again, we can't stop you from doing whatever, but we assume that you're not going to Google or Wikipedia or do any of those types of things or hit Yahoo. There's other search engines.
Bing.
Yeah, no Bing. And it's not because it's illegal. It's not because it's against the rules, because we don't really have any rules. It's just because that makes you an asshole.
It's just tacky.
Yeah, it just makes you a terrible person. You're not going to have fun. That's what you're going to spend an hour of your evening doing?
Googling.
Okay. If that's going to help you through the quarantine, you don't even need us. I will send you a list of things that you can go Google, and you can
Send
go
you an
to town.
internet scavenger hunt.
Yeah, that'll be good. Tom says, quick, ask Jeeves. That's true.
Good.
Christina says he's probably Googling. That's what I guess Christina is now. I think Christina might be saying that Tom is Googling.
Oh, so he's projecting. That's
Yeah.
your theory?
I like that it's going around. Everybody's getting his pointing fingers at one another.
It's like a game of Clue.
Trey says he gets around Googling by using Alta Vista.
Ooh. Anyone? Netscape?
Anyone DuckDuckGo?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's very safe. Jennifer has joined us. If you'd like to join in the trivia, just answer the question in the chat and we'll give you a point. How dare you, Tom Johnson? How rude, says Robert. Michelle from Full House. That's his Michelle from.
Oh, that's a quote.
Yeah. Well, it's the Full House. How rude.
How rude.
What's our next question?
At what Ivy League university does the secret society Skull and Bones operate?
All right, one more time.
At what Ivy League university does the secret society Skull and Bones operate?
All right, there's a secret society called Skull and Bones. What Ivy League institution does it operate at? 60 seconds on the clock. Get your answers in. Tom makes a really good point. He says in order to be Googling, he would have to get some right answers. That's not true. You may be shit at Googling.
I think we have an invader.
Oh, yeah, the cat's joining us. Hello, Capaloo. Would you like to participate in trivia as well?
Hi, Muffin. Hello.
She's like, any chance you can make a space on that lap? It looks very comfy.
No lap cats.
Let's see if
Go in your
she
nest.
makes it into her. Oh, yep, it's happening. Hey, everybody, check that out. Cat nest is happening right now as we speak. Just into the packing material she goes. This is mine now. Just hanging out here, representing. If anybody has any trivia questions about cats you need, just let me know. All right, time is up. I'm going to read through the questions from top to bottom. Let's take a look. We've got Steam says Yale. Tom Johnson says Harvard. Craig goes with Harvard. Jenny goes with Harvard. Heather, Harvard. Melissa says Yale. Layla says Harvard. Christina says Yale. Trey says Yale. My mom says Yale. Danny says Yale. Robert says Pirates. It's an Ivy League pirate. Melissa says Kitty, which is not that's not a college at all, but it is hiding back there.
Oh, she's so happy.
She does look very happy. All right. Does she also like plastic bags? Does she like she likes
No,
paper?
she likes paper.
She prefers like butcher paper. She'll rip that apart.
But she'll do tissue paper also.
Yeah.
I think really she likes the shredder because she wants to get into the paper supply in the shredder.
She's enthralled with the shredder. What was the correct answer?
Yale.
It is Yale. My mom's right. Yay, Mom. I'm so proud of my mom. She's so good at this.
I think that was the 7th question. Does everyone else think that was the 7th
I
question?
feel like that's correct, right? Because, let's see, we know, well, it might be more than that, though. Let's see, we believe that the Beatles was the 5th, right? And then Indiana Pacers
No,
was
Beatles was the 4th, right?
And then Pacers, Pizza, and Yale.
Right.
So you think, so you're saying the Beatles was
Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. This is good. We're
7.
professionals.
Yeah, that was 7.
That was 7. So this is 8th.
Yeah.
All right. 8th question to go. What is it?
What were the Little Rascals called before they were syndicated for television in the mid-1950s?
What were the Little Rascals called before they were syndicated in when?
The 1950s.
In the 1950s. I'm just putting it on the cat. That's what people want to see. I've
That's what
succumbed
I
to the
want to
fact-
see.
Yeah. People just want to see a cat. They don't care about looking at me. So
I love my cat.
60 seconds on the clock. Get your answers in. Can you read it one more time for me? We distracted people with cats. So
What were the Little Rascals called before they were syndicated for television in the mid-1950s?
all right, get the answers in. What is the answer? What could it be? Was it? Can I make a guess?
Yep.
The Littler Rascals.
The Littler Rascals?
Yeah, because then they grew up and they became the Little
I mean,
Rascals.
big boys.
Yeah, and then later they became the Adult Rascals. I feel like that's a fair assessment. You're a star, Capaloo.
Capaloo Center, you're so pretty.
Capaloo, you're a star. Show the people all of your talents. What are some tricks that you can do?
She says I can lounge.
Yeah, she's very good at that. She's excellent at lounging, I would say. On a scale of 1 to 10. That's one of her best features. There you go. All right, let's start from the top because time is up. Tom says, can I get an anti-style point for Jethro Tull's animated sweat?
Sure.
An anti-style point. A lack of style point.
Absolutely. It's yours.
You nailed it. Robert says, big pains in the ass. That was the name of them before. Steam goes with the Fuck It Ducks.
Style point.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Craig goes with little fuckers, which is
Also a style point.
yeah. No wonder they couldn't go into syndication with that. Tom Johnson goes with our gang. Our gang. Danny says our gang. Trey says our gang. Melissa goes with the imps. The imps. My mom goes with Spanky and our gang. Interesting. And that's a little... Here's the thing. She was alive then, so she might know. Heather says our gang. Jenny says, dear Darla, I hate your stinking guts. You're the scum between the toes. Love Alpha. Alfalfa. Sorry, Alfalfa. That, dear Darla, I hate your stinking guts. You're the scum between my toes. Love Alfalfa. That's the name of their original group.
Got it.
Jenny says small rascals. So she was along with me, the very little rascals. I feel
Very
like.
tiny rascals.
What was the correct answer?
Our gang.
Our gang. Does Spanky and our gang
Yes, that
count?
counts.
I'm wondering, maybe we should do some Googling and find out if it was actually Spanky and our gang or just our gang. Because that's a differentiation.
Craig, GTS.
All right, we have gotten all the way to the ninth question,
Yes.
which means it is
The penultimate question.
It is the penultimate question. What is our penultimate question? Not only for today, but for the entire week.
So this is a callback to earlier in the week.
Yeah.
Murphy Brown, played by Candice Bergen, as we learned. Bergen
Oh, Bergen? Okay.
is the star reporter of the fictional TV news magazine FYI in what real city?
Oh, that's a tough one. I was kind of following along for a little bit there, and I was like, oh, no, I might have, nope. All right, so we're looking for, in Murphy Brown, the magazine's called FYI, what city, what did it take place? What city did Murphy Brown take place? 60 seconds on the clock. We need the name of a city. Do we also need a state?
City's fine.
City's fine. All right, so we will see what people go with in terms of it. We've got a few different cities coming in. This is good. Okay. I like it when it's spread out, so this makes me really happy. There's about 30 seconds left on the clock, so get your answers in. We'll see if anybody is able to get it. Oh, it's spread across the board. We've got 4 different answers and 4 different cities. This is... Some of the people are taking a little longer so that they can Google it first, which is really smart, because that means you'll get the right answer, and it ups your asshole quotient.
Yeah.
Let's see. Per Google, Spanky and Our Gang was an American 60s sunshine pop band led by Elaine Sparky McFarlane.
Well, she's my mother-in-law, so I'm still giving her a point.
Okay, so Our Gang was the name of the gang.
Yeah.
And then apparently a 60s pop band decided to steal Spanky and Our Gang as their name. So we learn all kinds of things. Time's up. Let's go to the top and see who got it right. Jenny says Chicago. Tom says Cincinnati. I think that's WNRP.
Nerp.
No, what was it? What was the name of that show? WNRP in Cincinnati or something like that?
I'm not going to know the answer to this. There's a reason I asked the questions.
Okay. WASS in Cincinnati. Listen to WASS all day long.
W-ass?
Yes.
Okay.
Steam goes with Washington, D.C. Heather goes with San Francisco. Robert says Seattle. My mom goes with New York City. Strong guess, New York City. A lot of things happening there. Trey goes with East Podunk. East Podunk, not known for its journalism, but never you mind. Heather says, I feel like there was a crossover episode with another show, but I can't remember. There might have been. That's true. Melissa says Chicago. Craig says Chicago. Danny says Chicago. 3 Chicagos and Jenny at the top. 4 Chicagos. Tom corrected me. WKRP. That's what it is. WKRP in Cincinnati, I think, is the Cincinnati one. Steam says WARP. Warp in Cincinnati. WARP. WKRP. I think it was KRP. With Dr. Johnny Fever. That is correct. Les Nessman. All right. What was the correct answer?
One person got it right.
One person got it right, so we can rule out Chicago. It's definitely not Chicago.
You're going to have to tell me who it was because I missed the name when you read them out.
All right.
The answer is Washington, D.C.
It's Steam. Steam gets Washington, D.C.
Good job, Steam.
Oh, my goodness. I like that people are joining the chat or joining the stream right now. Mylene is here, and she thinks that my cat can talk. That's what, right? Because you're talking, and we see your mouth moving, but when I'm talking, it's just pointed at the cat. So I assume that some people.
But she's not looking at the camera.
No,
she's a very aloof co-host.
Yeah, she's an aloof co-host. What is our last show? We've gotten to the end, everyone. This is the end of not only the show, but the end of the week. All right, whoever has the most points at the end of this question is going to win a free t-shirt from Another Wasted Hour. So what is our final question of the entire contest?
It is dedicated to Cat Ballou.
Dedicated to Cat Ballou. Cat Ballou approves, right? Cat Ballou doesn't care. Cat Ballou doesn't.
She's watching your hand.
Cat Ballou. Here, look at the camera. Right here. Look over here.
That's my girl.
That's there. Yeah, there you go. Look like you're not aloof.
People, I am so in love with this cat.
Stopbird says, "Oh my God, cat!" Yes, that's our trivia cat.
Wow.
Sometimes trivia cat.
Sometimes she just wanders into the studio.
Steam says solo score.
Nice.
That's
a solo score.
Which is also what his dating life is like.
Well.
He's just alone, scoring. Oh. Is it a euphemism, says Melissa? It is. It is definitely a euphemism. Stop Burp, welcome. Glad to have you. I love the Sometimes Trivia Cat. It's pretty awesome. So that you know, Stop Bird, we do trivia at 7 o'clock every night. We're doing it through the entire quarantine, trying to keep a little sanity for everybody, something they can count on. So feel free to stop by at 7 o'clock every night, and we will be here. We're doing just our last question. We're usually from 7 to 8 o'clock. We're a little over now. What is our last question?
A meowing kitten, which was a parody of the MGM lion, was the symbol of whose TV production company during the 70s and 80s?
Oh, Capaloo has a guess.
What do you think?
She's looking at you like, what are we doing? What's happening? What's going on? Read it one more time before I start the clock.
A meowing kitten, which was a parody of the MGM lion, was the symbol of whose TV production company during the 1970s and 80s?
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. The meowing kitten. What production company used a meowing kitten as a...
We don't want the name of the production company. We want the person who owned the production company.
Who owned the production company that used the meowing kitten as their, logo thing?
Yeah.
You know, like at the beginning of a movie or something, they'll do the little, thing that has their production company. You know, Bad Robot has a little,
Paramount has the mountain with the stars.
Yeah, and Universal has it going around the world. And Bad Robot's got the little robot runs through the field and goes, Bad Robot, right? Like that thing, it's a kitten going meow. And who owned the production company that did that? So you have 60 seconds. Well, you have 15 seconds to get that onto the chat. And this is going to be the end of the day. This is going to be crazy. We've made it almost on time. We went very long the last couple of shows.
I'm having a stare down with a cat.
All right. Let's take a look from the top to see who got the correct answer for the last question of the night and the last question of this week's contest. Let's see. At the top, we've got... Oh, Trey would like to know, was this dedicated to Cat Ballou by Kid Shalene?
Very funny.
Steam says Mary Tyler Moore. Tom says Mel Brooks. Good guesses. Danny goes with Mary Tyler Moore. Robert says Thomas M. Riddle. not a producer, I don't think. Although I guess you could say that Voldemort might have been the like personification as what was the guy that did all the sexual assault? He just got thrown in jail. Just
Jeffrey
now.
Epstein?
No, he's dead. No, the one that literally he found guilty of it, thrown in jail.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Voldemort.
Yeah, he's kind of like Voldemort.
Mm-hmm. He has a nose, but he's kind of like Voldemort. Craig says, I know this one. He branched out into television for a bit. It's Thomas Morvello Riddle. He led up to it. That was the tricky bit. Trey went with Mary Tyler Moore.
Glare at Uncle Craig.
Here, glare at Craig. Look at him. Look at Craig and tell him.
You say, Craig, you
you're
bad.
not happy with the way he's answering things.
Yeah, you see that? See that disdainful glare?
All right, Trey said Mary Tyler Moore, and those are all of the answers that we have. A shorter list than I was expecting. What was the correct answer?
Mary Tyler Moore.
It is Mary Tyler Moore. That is the end. Who won tonight's contest?
Trey.
Trey did. Trey, not surprising, but do you have an acceptance speech that you'd like us to read for you? Melissa says Harvey Weinstein. Yeah,
Thank you.
That is Voldemort. I think we can all agree. If we could split him up into Horcruxes, we all would. Let's see if Trey has anything that he is going to share for his acceptance speech. Hi, I'm Keith. I am. Oh, maybe I should put this up here now if I'm gonna do the going away, so it doesn't just seem like the cat all the time. Hey,
You're so pretty, Cat Baloo.
You are. You're doing good. So hey, I'm Keith. Not only do we do this at 7:00 every night while we're in quarantine, so if they won't let you go outdoors, come here at 7:00. We'll do some trivia. Again, each night's winner gets some bragging rights, but whoever gets the most points for the entire week wins another Wasted Hour t-shirt that we will send to you. It's soft. It's lovely. Another Wasted Hour is also a podcast. It's free. It's available at all your podcast outlets. You can go to Apple Podcasts and Google Play Music and Stitcher and Spotify and iHeartRadio, all of those, and probably many others as well that you go to. There's some of our episodes up on YouTube and Facebook, everywhere you can go. So go check that off and check that out. It's free. There's like 140 episodes. There's some trivia. There's some zany kind of internet news stuff. But we also introduce you to local musicians in the Washington, D.C. area. A lot of really great, talented folks and music that you probably would have never heard before if you're not following that particular group of people. So go check that out. Likes, follows. You've seen so many of these streams and so many of these things and so many of this. Just go do the thing. If you've enjoyed it, go do the things where you follow and like and all of that stuff and leave reviews and stars. Do those things. If you didn't like it, that's fine. That's also cool. You don't have to do any of that. But we will be back here at 7:00 no matter what you do. And until tomorrow at 7:00, where we will be announcing the winner of this week's contest. Until then, everybody stay safe. Stay healthy and stay home. We're going to get through this. And you know what? We'll get through it together. So we'll see you tomorrow at 7:00. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.